And the immediate objective of Trump is to reach his third group final in this year's tournament. Runner-up in Group 1 to Ricky Walden. Runner-up in Group 2 to Joe Perry. There is an argument to say that if you lose in this event, at least it gives you the opportunity to earn more cash. But I can absolutely tell you, without fear or favour, that these two guys are desperate to make that winners group.
One.
And of course, if one of them were to go on and win the group, it would mean 3 players into the Champions Group, and all of them would be English.
Five.
Well, he didn't want to collide with that red, but even so, I think at the pace the cue ball was going, it might not have reached the desired zone of the table.
Judd Trump, 5.
When you get down to the knockout phase of these groups, the financial stakes increase considerably. It's £100 per frame in the group phase. It's £300 per frame in the semi-finals and final. If you get to a final, you're guaranteed £2,000. In addition to that, by winning the group, you get an additional £3,000. And by making the semi-finals, you receive £1,000 on top of your frame's won money. Oh, now that's a fluke and a half. When you have a fluke like that and you drop on any kind of colour in any kind of way, there's no cause for complaint. That red stays out. Murphy is absolutely in prime position.
A 7. Eight.
Having a fluke is all very well, but there's no point to it if you don't capitalise.
$15. Or 16. $22.
If the group phase is anything to go by, I think these semi-finals will be keenly contested. 21 matches in the group, and 10 of them
23.
went the distance, resulted in a 3-2 victory. Now that's above average.
A 30. 31.
Now, that was not his fault. That was a really dull contact. One of those kicks which doesn't affect the potting angle, but it took all of the juice out of the cue ball. Judd Trump has enormous cue power. Screwing that back, a mere bagatelle for him, or at least it should have been, without that really dull contact. Of course, potting the pink shouldn't be a great issue. He's taking the cue ball in the opposite direction to where it should be. And with the cue ball so close to the side cushion, even potting the pink wasn't certain. And so Trump can feel a little aggrieved. Deprived there by a bad contact. That said, though, of course, initially he got in from a fluke. Well, Murphy's attempt did not come close. I'm just wondering whether Trump can squeeze the cue ball past yellow and brown for the red in bulk. Don't think he can. Now, that's one of the reasons why I just love watching Judd Trump play. That was supreme cueing. Struck that as sweet as you like. Lovely stuff. And the yellow wasn't too shabby either. So Trump now has built a platform to possibly go on and win the frame.
3.
The colours, one has to say, not ideal. Pink, green, blue, all off their spots.
4.
But he does have something to work with. And getting the blue back in the middle of the table really helps.
9.
Especially with the black being available to only one pocket down here at the moment.
Ten.
This time overscrewed for the blue. He's left it quite thin. Now then, can Trump see enough of the red to
15.
pot it? He can't, it's end of break, and the frame is still alive.
Judd Trump, 15.
No chance wasted, 51 ahead. But 6 reds left, and that means 75 still available.
One.
Well, I mentioned that Trump was a great cueman, and also in that category, Murphy. I was talking about this a little earlier in the day, but when he won the World Championship in 2005, came from nowhere, captured the title as a qualifier at the Crucible. His spotting from distance was simply out of this world.
Shaun Murphy, 1.
Not bad, and Murphy will be especially pleased that the pink ran over the middle pocket. The last thing he wants to do is to tie up a high-value colour. When you're 50 behind with 5 reds left, you want to get the table as open as possible. Little clumsy. If Murphy can get past the yellow to pot the pink to the middle, he can consider himself fortunate.
Shaun Murphy, 1.
So now 49 points divides the two players, 59 on the table. It means that Trump needs just 1 red in any colour, and Murphy will require snookers. Speculative, knowing that the cue ball was going to remain deep in bulk, also knowing that the pink was over the middle pocket. Well, Trump will have no incentive whatsoever to remove the 2 reds close to the black, 1 in particular. Chose the aggressive option, and, well, for the second time in the frame, he's been really lucky. First, it was a fluke. There, it's a fluke snooker on a ball. It looked as though he was going to leave. Oh, what a pot. It really was superb. We've seen 3 or 4 outstanding single ball pots in this frame. Well, what a start to report for Neil Robertson on the other table. He's made 124 total clearance. He leads Ryan Day 1-0. And by the way, that's Robertson's 69th century break of the season. 8 more than the previous record for any campaign. And when you consider the amount of snooker left, it's not entirely out of the realms of possibility that Robertson could make 100 centuries in professional competition in a single season. So Murphy reduces the deficit
40.
here to 35 points, 43 still on. And I think the crux of this frame could be coming up. The next couple of shots might decide it.
$15.
Well, badly wanted to remove the black from the red more than he has, and if he's straight on the pink, I think the only option might be to run through and play the snooker off the last red in behind the black. That's what he's looking at. And if he does get that snooker, it will be a really telling one.
$21.
Didn't quite nip into the cue ball as much as he wanted to, but even so, the snooker might still have been laid. If the cue ball is touching the black, that is a snooker. And that's an excellent response. Murphy grateful for the fact that there's a gap between yellow and pink. Well, this is a conventional snooker and a Chinese snooker to boot. And well escaped again. When there are a few balls on the table and one player gets the tactical advantage, often they keep it for quite some time. That's what Murphy's doing here.
Okay.
Well, he was forced to swerve that. Check side on the cue ball, kept it down in the corner of the table, and I think he might have laid a snooker back. Full ball there, you can see. And Murphy's escape is not so good. And so this is frame ball for Trump.
One.
No mistake made. At this level, a race to 3 frames, best of 5, is a real sprint. It's not absolutely imperative that you win the first frame, but it's a real boost.
Judd trumps 7 and the frame.
Well, needing 3 snookers, Murphy decides to concede. Now, that frame was a curate's egg, really. Some excellent potting, but rather scrappy and very low scoring. And, of course, Alan has refereed Alex Hurricane Higgins, and when you've done that as a referee, you've got a tale to tell. So Trump hoping to push on. Lots of the players involved in this tournament this week. After this, a straight up to Blackpool for the Sky Shootout. Trump isn't, though.
1.
He's not playing in it. Neither is Ronnie O'Sullivan, Ding Junhui or Neil Robertson. So he will have a few days break, even if he plays in Group 4. He will have a few days break before travelling out to Berlin, the German capital, or the German Masters, which begins at the Tempodrome, one of the game's great arenas, next Wednesday. German Masters, of course, is a full world ranking event.
Five.
And let me tell you, that is going to be one very busy tournament, because they're reducing 64 players down to a champion in the space of 5 days.
Ten.
Well, Murphy's break into double figures, but out of position.
Shaun Murphy, 10.
The red came so close to dropping. So close, in fact, that it's now unmissable over the pocket. The most elementary of pots, of course, but getting position when a red is so deep in the jaws like this, no easy task, especially with a black off its spot.
One.
That really is well judged. To leave the cue ball in the centre of the table. Trump knew if he did that, he would give himself options. And now options have become an embarrassment of riches. I think the lone red in mid-table is perhaps on the blue spot, so if he pots the blue here, it will go down on the black spot.
Six.
And that is not disadvantageous in any way.
Seven. 12. 13. 18. 19.
'Well, surprising. Okay,
19.
hampered queuing to a degree, but even so, the blue going astray was unexpected. Pleasantly surprising for Murphy.
One. Six.
And now by potting the red here, the blue's days on the black spot
7.
are numbered. Well,
Shaun Murphy.
Trump's
7.
miss on the blue was out of the blue. That one even more so. And with the guarantee that he was going to be on the blue whatever happened, Trump took the opportunity to take the cue ball into the back of reds, and he split them nicely. One over the middle pocket, one hanging over a baulk pocket. And they don't come much better than this. It really, from here, should be 2-0.
6. Seven.
No, I don't know whether he did, but I thought he might play that one with a little bit of running side to be on the angle of the blue to take the red on the right-hand side
12.
of the 3. As it was, he was too straight on the blue, so potting the simple one. The fail-safe, if you like.
13. Uh, 15. 16.
The red are closest to the top cushion, just underneath the two together, will pot. And in so doing, Trump will open up the other
23.
two.
$24. $31.
The break advances to 31. The lead is now 33. It means Trump needs the penultimate red plus colour. And Murphy would then require snookers.
32.
Actually, his positional shot off the black wasn't the best. Had to dig out quite a good pot there. And this blue is by no means a certainty. It's frame ball, though. Now, that was sensible. No great positional ambition. Just knocking the pot.
37.
The break goes to 37. And now Murphy needs a snooker.
Judd Trump, 37.
Well, the only thing that could have saved him there was cover from the blue. Obviously, no cover. In goes the red. Frame effectively over.
1.
And that self-imposed snooker has come too late to save Murphy, because Trump's 46 ahead, 27 on. And he makes contact anyway.
7 and the frame. Judd Trump.
Murphy concedes. Trump doubles his lead. It's now 2-0. This is Shaun Murphy's 19th match in the Championship League of 2014 already. In Group 1 he didn't make the playoffs, but he finished 5th, and so live to fight another day. He was beaten in the semi-finals of Group 2, coincidentally by Judd Trump, 3-1. And he's in danger of going out in the semi-finals of Group 3. These two, of course, also met in the group phase of the first couple of groups. Trump beating Murphy in Group 1, 3-1. He won 3-1 in Group 2 as well. And in the round-robin phase of this group, when he played Murphy, the score was 3-1 to Shaun. So that's a popular scoreline. So basically 19 matches in the event thus far for Murphy, and 5 of them have been against the opponent he's facing right now. Because he got to the final of the previous 2 groups, this is Judd Trump's 20th match. Oh yes, that will do just fine. What an outcome. Well, he's 2-0 ahead in frames, and he's 2-0 ahead in flukes. And if the original one was outrageous, perhaps that was even more so. The hand raised more out of convention, I think, than conviction.
3.
Murphy sitting there thinking, what have I done to deserve this?
Four.
A couple of times Trump has been short of position. I think this table is playing slightly slower than the other one. As we suspected over on table number 2, what shall I say, Arena number 2, whatever you like.
12.
Ryan Day has drawn level with Neil Robertson. Breaks of 31 and 40 did the trick. Robertson won, Day won.
$19.
Again, under hitting, under screwing, but well recovered.
$20.
Now you might have seen the red there go into the left-hand jaw as you were looking at the table. That helped Judd Trump because by doing so, caught it slightly thicker than had he hit it into the middle of the pocket, and that enabled him to hold the cue ball more for the bulk colours, i.e. green. Now he's played that one with
23.
screw and reverse side and almost blocked his own path. Just about okay.
24. $31. $32.
Trump here will be keen to make a clean kill in one visit.
$39. $40.
So after this, just one more open red. Then going into the bunch becomes a necessity.
$46.
Clever.
47.
Now that's a stock shot these days. Opening up 3, 4 more reds, and by doing so, he's put the writing on the wall.
$54. $55.
Well, one more red and black, and
62.
Murphy will require snookers. It's been a match for him to confine to the deepest recesses of his mind.
63.
The one great thing about this format, though, at least you have a safety net, i.e. Group 4 tomorrow. So Trump 68 ahead, 67 on the table. One snooker needed, one more red to basically put the cap on it.
69.
Well, it's over now. Congratulations
70.
to Judd Trump for the third group in succession. He will contest the final.
77.
But will he go there on the back of a century?
$82. 83.
Oh, well judged, Cannon, and the three-figure contribution
88.
should be forthcoming. You know, he was top of the
89.
tournament money list entering this group. He will remain so regardless of the outcome of the final.
96.
But he doesn't want to be accumulating money. What he wants to do is to earn his place in that winners group by winning the final.
97.
And come back here in March. Well, it was very fortunate the way he got in.
104.
The second outrageous fluke of the match. Since then, though, this has been top quality stuff.
106.
Whether Murphy would concur, at the moment, debatable.
109.
He's probably feeling a little sore. But it has to be remembered he missed a simple blue with a good chance in the second frame. So only himself to blame in that one. And Judd marches into the final with a 113 break. A really good finish. And I'll tell you what, if he continues to cue like this, whoever he plays will have a real handful.